anybody that wasn't able to tune in, they'll be able to check out the presentation themselves at a later time. I do also want to let you know that cameras and chat and reactions are turned off for participants, so you won't be able to interact with the meeting, but that is how it is intended, so don't worry, the system is not broken. I do want to do some quick introductions. My name is Adam Vance. I'm a program analyst with the Next Gen ORCA program. I've been with the team for a number of years now and excited to bring this presentation to you tonight. Chris, would you like to say a few words?
Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Chris McKnight. I'm heading up marketing and communications for the new ORCA program, and we're looking forward to sharing with you information about our retail program tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Chris. So again, I want to say welcome. We do have materials online translated into the languages you see on your screen right now. Hopefully you can see the presentation. The QR code on the right-hand side of the slide, if you scan that, that will take you to our retail landing page online, which has a bunch of information related to the Retail Network project. So if you have any questions that aren't answered tonight, hopefully you'll be able to find those on that site. So that QR code is there for you to access that very easily. Another housekeeping note, closed captioning is available for you if you would like that. If you go to the three dots on the top of your screen, there is a drop-down menu, and at the bottom there is a turn on live captions option. So if you would like closed captioning, that option is there for you. So the agenda tonight, we'll keep it to the point. Retail expansion overview, and then what you need to know as a customer of ORCA. We'll go through some details about the new ORCA card itself. We'll go through the details related to ORCA at your store, what you can experience, what you can expect to experience at the different retail chains that carry ORCA. Some tools and resources, we'll share those with you. And we'll go through some questions and answers. For a few weeks now, we've had a form live for customers to submit questions, and we will answer some of the most commonly asked questions about ORCA and the retail network and what is coming in October. So we will get going with that overview. We'll start with this timeline of the overall ORCA project. Earlier this year, new vending machines and card readers were rolled out into the region. You've probably seen those on buses or at link stations or sounder stations around the area. A little bit later in spring, on May 16th of this year, we launched the new ORCA website, myorca.com, the new mobile app, the MyORCA app, which is available on Apple and Google Play stores. And those helped expand the instant loading of ORCA fares. So previously, you could only get instant loading through the retail network. It is now available at every touch point of the ORCA system. This fall, in early October, we're launching the new retail network, which includes more retail locations across the region. It will come with the new card, which you might have already seen. And then instant loading will continue across all retail network participants. And then we have future plans for the ORCA system. We're not stopping this fall. Soon, you will be able to tap to pay with your smartphone to board transit. It's very exciting. We know everybody is looking forward to that, and that will start to roll out next year. And then beyond that, there will be more features to come. We are building a forward-facing system. The old ORCA system was growing out of date, and it was tough to add features. So the new system really focused on making it easy to add features in the future. So a quick overview of the expansion of the retail network. So why are we doing this? More stores was a top request from customers. Not everybody uses the retail network, but a lot of people do. And we surveyed customers, and the most common request from retail customers was simply more stores in more communities. So we're expanding the retail network from about 135 stores to over 500 stores. We won't launch next month with 500 stores, but we will build towards that number. So like I just mentioned, the new network will launch next month in October of 2022. Store additions will continue into 2023 and beyond. We've partnered with a vendor who is diligently working to add more mom and pop stores, retail chains, and other options across the region. We want to add more stores closer to where you live. We want to add valuable locations near transit lines, near sounder stations, near link stations, and whatnot, so it's closer to where you want them to be. That will include more locally owned businesses. Previously, the ORCA retail network was primarily only in some major chains. Now you will find ORCA in more mom and pop shops and other sorts of businesses like that. So what you need to know. Most customers still don't need a new card. Only some customers who reload their ORCA card at specific stores will need to get a new card. If you don't reload at stores, you don't need a new card. So like I mentioned, not everybody uses retail. Those people do not need to get a new card. Classic cards, like I said, will still work everywhere else. Classic ORCA cards, whether it be a blue card or a reduced fare card, those will continue to work on transit, myORCA.com, the myORCA app, at vending machines across the region, and with customer service offices. What you need to do depends on the store that you shop at, where you use ORCA. So what you need to do and how you use your card depends on the stores. Customers that need a new card will have a couple of months to get a new card. Chris, in a few minutes, will run through the differences between the stores and the experiences for customers. And then another important note is that there is a free replacement for some cards for some customers. Free card replacements will be available through local events and through customer service offices. Programs will prioritize reduced fare customers first, and then other folks that need to get a new card based upon the store that they use ORCA at. A quick look at the new ORCA card, which rolls out next month. The new card includes a barcode on the back. That is a difference from the old classic blue card. This allows it to be reloaded at more stores. It's simple. More stores have a little scanner. It's like a gift card. They can scan the barcode, easily process ORCA exchanges. And then a couple of images on the left. Hopefully you've already seen the new black card with a fun splash of color on the left-hand side. And then the reduced fare permits with a green color on the top. These look quite similar to the classic RRFP card, slightly different, but there's an image of the new one right here. And then, like I mentioned, the new ORCA Retail Network system does sort of play off of the gift card network. So it does come in packaging now at some stores. You may see this at some of the stores. The retail packaging comes with an activation code allowing for it to be easily sold at retail locations. And again, there's that barcode on the backside of the packaging. And along with it, the backside of the packaging does have a lot of information valuable to the customers, giving you directions on how to load value, register your card, and contact customer service if needed. Classic cards will continue to work everywhere else. So if you have a blue card, if you have a classic RRFP card, a reduced fare card, those will continue to work for paying for trips on buses, trains, or ferries. It'll continue to work for your account on the website or the app. It will still work if you go to a customer service office or if you call them on the phone, and they'll still work at all ORCA vending machines. You don't need to replace your card if you only use these touch points in the ORCA system. All right, and now Chris is going to run through the details and break it down store by store. Chris?
All right, thanks, Adam. So as Adam mentioned earlier, each store is going to have a little bit of a different system inside to sell and reload ORCA cards, and that's going to mean different capabilities at each store. But I'm going to start off with some good news. There are going to be some stores that continue to load the classic cards indefinitely, so there won't be any disruption for customers at those stores. And I'll start with QFC, which is one of those retailers. What's on the screen here is a visual diagram that talks about the timeframes and what cards will be reloaded and sold at QFC. So before October 5th, 2022, in the first row, we note that cards that are going to be sold and reloaded will continue to be the classic blue and classic RRFP cards until that date. Starting on October 5th, we'll continue to reload those classic cards there. If you already have one, you can keep going to those stores and do that. But at that point, QFCs will start selling the new adult card, and they'll start reloading the new series of next generation cards. One little note here I kind of circled it in red. The reduced fare permit cards look pretty similar, but I just noted that the new card is differentiated by the new logo and a slightly different stripe color at the top. So just kind of be aware of those differences. Next slide. Fred Meyer is a new retailer. We're really excited that we'll be launching with them as a new retailer in October. There's lots of locations. We know a lot of our customers shop there, and many of their stores are located really close to transit lines. So we're really happy to have them on board starting in October. And like QFC, starting after that launch, you will be able to reload both classic and new cards at Fred Meyer. So that's going to be a great expansion of where you can reload those classic cards. But remember, just like every other store in the system, those new cards will be sold. If you're looking to get a card for the first time, it will be a new card after October 5th. Next slide. So what we want to do is make sure our reduced fare customers are aware of what they need to do. The good news is, again, if you have a classic reduced fare card, you can continue to load that at Fred Meyer and QFC indefinitely. There's no changes to what you can do at these stores, other than you'll have more options in going to Fred Meyer stores. If you do want to make sure your card works at every store, so if you do shop at different stores and kind of move around from retailer to retailer, it will be a good idea to get a new card by December. And our customer service teams at our transit agencies are going to be the best place to do that. So you have a couple months to stop by a customer service office in your transit service area, and our customer service teams will take care of you. If you're impacted by this, it's to no fault of your own, so we're going to make sure you get a free replacement and have good continuity with your ORCA card. Okay, ORCA cards at Safeway and Albertsons. So there's going to be a little bit of a different experience here. Today, they are selling the classic ORCA cards and reloading the classic ORCA cards, just like our existing system. The launch date for the new system at Safeway and Albertsons will also be October 5th. And what they're going to do is for the months of October and November, they're going to continue to load the classic and new cards. And on October 5th, they're going to start selling the new adult cards pictured on the right. After December 2022, they are going to switch over to only reloading the new card series as well as selling the new cards. So if you do shop at Safeway and Albertsons, make sure that you consider getting a new card before the end of November. And again, the best place to do that is going to be at our customer service locations. Next slide. This is just a summary for our reduced fare customers. Again, new cards will be available, adult cards will be available in the stores. If you do have a reduced fare card and you do want to get it replaced, you have a few months to do that. And again, stop by one of our customer service locations before December. If you're a Safeway or Albertsons customer, we'll be happy to help you out. All right, where else can you get a new card after October 2022? What we want to emphasize is certainly we're sharing information today about our retail network and how that will interact with our stores. But there's other places that the card is going to be available after October. So we're going to start selling them through myorca.com and the MyORCA app. We are going to start loading them into vending machines. So you will see them in vending machines across the region if you purchase a new card. And customer service teams will also have these as well. So while retail stores might be the most convenient place, we want to emphasize that the card launch is going to be across our whole system as well. And the price for a new card will continue to be $3. That again changed in May 2022. It was reduced from $5 to $3, and we'll continue that with the new cards. Finally, just a reminder, if you're looking for a new reduced fare card, you can order one on myorca.com. You can either directly order a youth or senior card there, or you can click through to the King County Reduced Fare portal. That website is reducedfare.kingcounty.gov. Those links are also on myorca.com, and we can help you get an ORCA Lift card or an RFP senior or disabled card through that website. So remember, your first reduced fare card is always free the first time you get one. And if you need a classic card replacement because you're impacted by some of the changes at our stores, mainly Safeway and Albertsons, that replacement will also be free. And if you do have a lost, stolen, or damaged card and you need a replacement, that replacement fee is $3 after that first free card. All right, so key takeaways. First of all, QFC and Fred Meyer customers can keep using the cards they have. You don't really have to do anything if you don't want to. Maybe you want to get a new card just to make sure it works everywhere eventually, but you should be good to use these stores on an ongoing basis. Safeway and Albertsons customers will need to get a new card by December 2022 to continue to loading at these stores. Free card replacements are available at transit agency customer services for impacted customers. Again, if this affects you and you're unable to reload the card at a retailer that you prefer to reload at, we're going to take care of you, and we'll get the card that you have transferred over to a new card in real time at our customer service office. As of May 2022, this is just a reminder, stores only load ePurse, which is our term for loading money onto your card. Passes are no longer sold at retailers, but you can convert the money you add at stores into a pass or a product on our website, myorca.com, with the MyORCA app, by calling customer service or visiting customer service. And you can even do that at a ticket vending machine. So just know that you have some options for using those funds to buy products and passes still. And just again, just a reminder that stores only sell standard adult cards. So for other types of cards, you need to visit myorca.com or a transit agency customer service office. Finally, we just want to say to everybody, thank you for your patience. We're training literally thousands of store employees across the region on this new system and this new process. So it's going to take everyone a little bit of time to get used to it. You may encounter somebody that's not quite familiar with the system yet. They might need to call their manager, and it might take a few more minutes over the first few months. So we just want to say thank you again for your patience. Thank you for supporting our retail our retail partners and their employees. And if you do need help, we're here for you. Please call us, send us a note on myorca.com, visit a transit customer service office, or you can even contact us via social media, and we have a team that can respond within a day or so to anything that you send to us on social media. Just as a reminder, here's our contact information. This information will be posted. We're going to record this, and it'll be available to you, so you can go back and reference it if you do want to get in touch with us. All right, next, I'll talk a little bit about tools and resources. So what we want to do is make sure that our customers have the information they need to be set up for success as we continue to expand the retail network, which means definitely some improvements, but also some changes in how you use the system. The best place and kind of center of information that we've built is our info.myorca.com website. And we have a landing page, which is info.myorca.com/retail. Here you'll find all the program benefits and background, more FAQs, information about each store, tutorial videos if you prefer to watch or listen videos rather than read, and then more information about who needs a new card, and if you do, how you can get one. We also have a newsletter sign up here, which we encourage you, if you're interested in ORCA and want to keep up to date on how things are progressing with this project. That's the best way for us to get in touch with you in real time. So we do encourage you to sign up for that newsletter as well. Another thing that you'll see starting in October is our new retail kit. We'll have some new brochures and some new signage and materials to assist customers in stores with information about the new ORCA system. We're particularly excited that this is going to be translated into 6 languages, which we also think is going to support a lot of independently owned businesses, which we know support many of the communities that speak those languages in the Puget Sound region. So we're really excited about that. There's also going to be in-store events. So if you visit info.myorca.com/retail, a little bit down that page, you'll see a list of all the events we have scheduled in person at our retail stores. The goal is to get out to some of our top ORCA retailers by sales volume and just be there for customers to answer any questions they have as an additional touch point while they're at the store. We're also sending out postcard mailers and email to registered customers who we know have used retail stores to buy or reload a card in the past. Those are going out and have already started to go out this month. Again, just adding another touch point through a couple different communications channels to make sure everyone's aware of what's happening. Another important thing to keep an eye on is our new store finder map. This also includes information about where you can find vending machines and customer service locations. So it's really a great place to find the nearest place to buy and reload an ORCA card near you. And because we're going to be increasing to so many locations, this is going to be the main place we're updating those locations going forward. Finally, I'll just mention our YouTube channel. We have dozens of videos on there now. Again, many of them are translated into multiple languages for our customers. And again, we have information about the improvements and changes, how to find a location and types of locations. Again, more information about who needs to get a new card, and then how to convert money into passes and products now that retail stores are only selling e-purse and you need to make those purchases yourself. All right, with that, I'll hand it back to Adam, who's going to go through a Q&A. I believe we've collected quite a few top questions from our customers through forms and surveys and other means before this. So we've compiled those all here, and Adam's going to read through those to make sure you're aware of our top questions and the answers to those questions.
All right, thank you, Chris. All right, like you said, we will run through some Q&A now. So the first one of the top questions, why are you making changes to the ORCA retail network? So I touched on this earlier, but we'll go in depth here. We're making these changes so we can increase the number and types of stores that sell ORCA, so you can find more locations closer to where you live, where you work, and ride transit. Also, our existing system was becoming out of date and not working reliably. So you might not have known, but some of the equipment at stores in the legacy, in the classic, and the older ORCA retail network was failing sometimes, and it was unreliable. So the new network will be much more reliable. It's quicker, and like we said, it'll be in more locations, so it'll make your life easier as an ORCA customer. When will you be adding new stores to the ORCA retail network? Very soon. In the coming weeks, Fred Meyer will be added to the ORCA retail network, and it'll be the first store starting in October. We'll continue to add more stores, including locally owned businesses, mom and pop shops, smaller retail chains throughout 2023 and beyond. Will existing stores continue to sell ORCA cards? Yes, most existing stores, including all QFC, Safeway, and Albertsons stores, will continue selling ORCA cards. SARS will no longer sell cards after September 2022. So starting in October, customers will no longer be able to get an ORCA card or reload them at SARS, but we are adding other stores in addition to the Fred Meyer locations. When and where will the new ORCA cards be available to the public? Rollout of the new cards will start in most locations by the beginning of October 2022. You may already see the new black cards out in the field because they're being used as the free youth transit pass. And they will be loaded in other touch points for customers to reach potentially before the retail network launches, but primarily they will launch next month. What if you got your card from a school or employer? How do you get a new card? So you'll need to contact your school or your employer because they administer your account. And they would manage any replacements or switch outs for anybody in that organization. Who does not need to get a new card? So like we said earlier, customers who do not use retail stores to reload their accounts do not need to get a new card. Their current card, their classic card, will continue to work everywhere else. They'll work to board transit, at a customer service office, or at ticket vending machines. They do not need to replace that classic card. But who does need to get a new card? Some retail customers who reload at Safeway and Albertsons will need to get a new card by December 2022. And we did cover about the options in order to replace those cards, and they're in the slides here and other resources online. How can I get a new ORCA card to replace my old card at no cost? Well, like I just mentioned, impacted customers who use retail stores are eligible for a free card replacement starting next month. Replacement cards are available at transit customer service locations across the region. How do I buy a pass with ePurse funds loaded at a retail store? Like Chris said, ePurse is just cash that you load to your card, and you can convert those funds into passes and products online at myORCA.com with a myORCA app, at a vending machine, or by calling or visiting a transit customer service location across the region. It's more options than we've ever had before. All right, so those were the top questions that we received from customers leading up to the retail network expansion. I just wanted to leave you with the Contact ORCA form again. You can call us, you can send us an email, follow us on social media, or visit or contact any of the customer service offices at our participating ORCA agencies across the Puget Sound region. So we would just like to thank you for taking some time on this busy Thursday evening to join us for a presentation on the ORCA Retail Network. Hopefully we answered some of the questions you might have had as we lead up to this exciting time. And we will have more news coming out in the coming weeks. Keep your eyes tuned for our newsletter, for our social media posts, and our events out in the field at Retail Network locations across the region, including those Safeway locations like Chris mentioned. So thank you for coming, and thank you for supporting ORCA. Have a good night.
Thank you.